man. What's up? It's Brett Kingster, and you're gonna have to excuse all the background noises of the fans going off and what have you. I'm trying to get my smoke on, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wanted to make a quick video discussing a couple of things. Namely, I wanted to talk about Bruce Lee, and I wanted to talk about The Undertaker and the streak that was destroyed at the hands of Brock Lesnar. Let me set everything up right quick, though. As I'm doing this, I ought to let you know that I plan on making a lot more videos in the future. Just got a lot of shit going on right now. I'm trying to get it all squared away. If you want to help me out, though, what you can do is vote up my shit on LiveLeak and share my videos. Also, if you're cool and you got a few extra bucks, hook me up with the PayPal if you're listening to me on LiveLeak. Or you can go to my Twitter, and that has a PayPal link on the damn thing as well. This smoke's alright. It's not the best I've had. I know what I'm about to say is going to piss a lot of people off, because I tested this on Facebook and already pissed off my friends on Facebook. But I don't give a fuck, man. I'm getting sick and tired of this Bruce Lee bullshit. Fuck Bruce Lee. Yeah, I said it. I don't see a damn thing about him that's impressive in any manner when it comes to martial arts. Notice I'm saying when it comes to martial arts. I tell you what, because I know a lot of you are going to get pissed off at me. Here's what I want you to do. Before you go raging on me, I want you to get in your car and go to the nearest Taekwondo school in your neighborhood. The nearest Taekwondo school. What I want you to do, I want you to get in your car and I want you to go there. Very important that it's a Taekwondo school that you go to. The thing that's special about Taekwondo is it's 70% kicking and 30% striking. I happen to know a lot about Taekwondo. I studied it in high school, even though I wasn't into it. Make a long story short, basically what happened was this girl that I was banging, her sister was dating a karate instructor who taught at the Taekwondo school. So naturally, me and Dude would hang out together during family events and what have you, and we'd shoot the shit and get to know one another. Anyway, when you get to the Taekwondo school, what I want you to notice is the speed and mannerisms of which the instructor is kicking. You see, before the instructor tells the students to kick, what he does is he gives an example of how a perfect kick should be executed. And I want you to take note of that, and I want you to focus on the way he does that kick. And then what I want you to do afterwards is to look at Bruce Lee's kicks. You'll notice there are going to be one or two things to your Taekwondo instructor's kicks. They're either going to be equal to or inferior than. See, that's my point, man. There was nothing freaking special about Bruce Lee in terms of him being a mixed martial artist. You can't name someone who's worth a damn that he's beaten in competition, because there is no one who's worth a damn that he's beaten in competition. Bruce Lee is a product of perfect marketing hype combined with good teaching. But just because you can teach something well doesn't mean you could do it yourself well in competition. A perfect example of that is Chris Weidman's trainer, Ray Longo. Anyone listening to this broadcast right now would probably have no problem kicking the crap out of Ray Longo in a fight. But if Ray Longo were to take an athlete with natural ability like Chris Weidman and train that athlete with natural ability like Chris Weidman, that athlete would kick your ass. That's basically what's up with Bruce Lee. If even that, I don't know anyone that was under his tutelage that ended up being a world champion. I'm not talking about people that give him credit. A lot of people are like, well, you know, I saw Bruce Lee movies and that inspired me to get in MMA and bullshit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about someone who he visited on a consistent basis, whom he trained, and who goes out and fights representing him that was successful and credits him with his success. Steven Seagal and Bruce Lee are basically two sides of the same coin. Although I do feel like I'm being a bit blasphemous by saying that, because Steven Seagal is garbage and at least Bruce Lee was a respectable person. See, I'm not attacking Bruce Lee as a person, as a human being, because Bruce Lee never went around acting like, oh, I'm the indestructible badass. I'm talking about all the freaking noobs that I see on the internet that are turning the man into a god, even though he never claimed to be a god. He just claimed to be an instructor. Almost on par with Hoist Gracie. The difference is Hoist Gracie actually went out and proved that his martial arts was the best at the time. And you know what's funny? That's what would have happened with Bruce Lee had there been a UFC during his time. He would have come in, he would have probably dominated for the first year or so, just like Hoist Gracie did, until everyone studied the footage, understood what was going on, and then when was the last time you saw a Gracie win anything? When was the last time you've ever been impressed by a Gracie, except for the videos that Henner Gracie makes on YouTube? I find those pretty exciting and informative to watch. Gotta give him credit for that. But still, I know it might be hard for a lot of people to appreciate this. A great teacher does not mean a great doer. There is no MMA fighter that I can't teach another MMA fighter how to beat. You can pick any fighter in the UFC right now and give me any other fighter in his weight class, and I can take that person, and within 3 months, I can have that person kicking the ever-living crap out of whoever in that weight class. Does that mean I myself can do it? Hell no. Hell no. Not at this age. I respect Bruce Lee for what he did to the business, for promoting it, for getting it in people's minds, and for inspiring people to get into it and to become great at it. Being an inspiration for people means a lot, especially when you inspire generations. And one can easily argue that that in itself is greater than being a legitimate MMA champion. I'm willing to concede all of this, but damn it, first and foremost, I'm a scientist, and I'm going to speak the truth about things. And I feel when it comes to fighting, Bruce Lee was horribly overrated. For example, if he were to fight Eddie Bravo in the jiu-jitsu competition, Eddie Bravo would kill him. Oh, bullshit! But before I leave this topic, I want you to consider one thing. I really want you to focus in on what I'm telling you. Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman kicked the crap out of Anderson Silva. The speed differential between Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman is just as great as the speed differential between Bruce Lee and any other fighter in his weight class would have been. You understand what I'm telling you? I'm telling you that Bruce Lee isn't going to be faster than anyone else, more so than Anderson Silva was clearly faster than Chris Weidman. But what happened? Anderson Silva got his leg broke in the second fight and his jaw rattled in the first fight. Because fighting is not all about fast shots and quick leg kicks. It's about the grind. Do you understand? But that's just one part of it. It's also about the ability to calculate distance and to understand your body. A great fighter is basically someone who's completely tuned into his body, regardless of how crappy a body that is. Look at Roy Nelson, Big Country. People see him and they think they're going to look at a joke, look at some fat tub of lard that can't do anything. And they laugh at him as he's walking to the octagon if they're seeing him for the first time. Like, what the hell? Is this an intermission? Is that what's going on? Big thing of bullshit? Then what happens? He touches their chin and they learn exactly what's up. What was up was the fact that they got dropped by a man that was in tune with his shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all about basic physics. We're all basically just bags of water jiggling around space. But the best fighters are masters of distance and distribution. And of course, the conquerors of attrition. Those are the three main elements in a fight. Distance, distribution, and attrition. DDA. I came up with that. Brett Kingster. Well, I didn't come up with it. I just observed it. I calculated that, yes, these are the three main factors to declare who's going to win what. I'm interested in hearing your comments on this program. Now I want to talk about WrestleMania 30. I remember my first WrestleMania. It was WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Now when I say I remember my first WrestleMania, I should make it clear that I don't remember all that clear. I was young and I was experimenting with a lot of crap like I'm doing right now. The first WrestleMania that I remember Undertaker in, I believe, was 7, where he destroyed Jimmy Snuka. Then 8, where he destroyed Jake the Snake Roberts. The years following that are basically a blur in my life, so let's just say he destroyed a whole bunch of people until he got to 21. Then the WWE made him lose to Brock Lesnar. Fans were shocked. Hell, I was shocked. I wasn't shocked in the sense of, being shocked that Matt Serra beat George St. Pierre shocked. It wasn't that type of shock. It was just like, it was shocked at seeing someone commit suicide or make a horribly bad decision right in front of your face. Because that's basically what happened, right? Why the hell would they do this? Why would they let The Undertaker lose to Brock Lesnar? There's no logic behind it. This is why I stopped watching wrestling and went to UFC early on. Got tired of this insane bullshit. But I gotta swing by every now and then and see what's doing for WrestleMania. Kind of like a brotherhood, You can get out, but you're never really all the way out. I'm like 98.999% out. But WrestleMania gets me curious every now and then. Not every WrestleMania. I didn't give a damn about last year's WrestleMania. Don't even know who the hell fought in last year's WrestleMania. But this one, letting Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker was stupid. There's no point in doing that. Because number one, it doesn't enhance Brock Lesnar's career at all. What does it do to Brock Lesnar's career? It does nothing. And it just destroys The Undertaker's career. And the streak was the only thing in wrestling that meant something. When I was growing up, I remember when just the Intercontinental title meant something. Like, when the Macho Man held that belt, man, that was the shit. Now, titles don't mean anything. There's 900 of them. They change every week. And they might as well keep changing every week because no one knows and no one cares about them. They have zero value. On top of that, the belts are ugly as hell. What the hell is that Vulcan belt that Randy Orton's walking around with? What the hell was that? Homo walking around with the big Wonder Woman belt on. You happy with that, Randy? Carry that. They should have let Undertaker lose to the guy that won the Royal Rumble. I didn't even know who he was, but he looked young and he had flash appeal. That's the type of person that should have beaten Undertaker and broken the streak on. You gain nothing with Lesnar and you lose a major selling point for future WrestleManias. You could have milked that for 2 more years and you could have had the final with Sting. You could have had The Undertaker beat Sting in next year's, and on WrestleMania 32, he loses and then he's gone. But no, the WWE wanted to be like, oh, you think you can predict what we're going to do? Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I thought I could predict what you were going to do. In my retarded head, I thought you were going to do what was logical. Boy, you really showed me. How are you going to sell next year's WrestleMania? John Cena versus bullshit? Again? And I haven't been watching the wrestling in a long time, but when I saw this damn Bray Wyatt or Husky Harris, what the hell was that? Seriously, man. He's got people in his corner wearing sheep's heads. And then he's trying to do the Exorcist devil. I'm like, Husky. The hell are you doing, man? I'm the baddest dude in radio right now. I got a lot of shit that I'm trying to get squared away. You can help me out with the PayPal and follow my Twitters to help me deal with this madness. When I do get all this squared away, I'm going to rule this radio game. Because I've got the goods. And I'm going to prove that I'm the most entertaining man to ever get behind a microphone.
Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns as I crush so-called willies, thugs, and rapadons. Get in that ass quick fast like Ramadan. It's that rap phenomenon, Don Dada. Fuck Papa. You got to call me Francis MH. White intake like toast, toe iron.